Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review on one of the latest collections by Stila Cosmetics, and that is from their holiday collection, and it is their highlighting palette, which is called Starlight Star Bright, which is obviously after the nursery rhyme. Starlight Star Bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. Oh my god, I can't remember, that was so bad. Anyway, so this highlighting palette retails in at £32, and within this you get 3 different highlighters, and let me just show you what it looks like. I got mine from Stila UK. You can get it from Stila in the US, you can get it from Sephora, you can probably get it from Marks and Spencer's. Loads of places you can buy it from. Stila is sold worldwide in quite a lot of places. So it just comes in a really standard kind of gold type of acrylic packaging, so pretty sturdy, and it's got a nice little mirror inside. Let me just remove the cover for you, and it has these 3 highlighters inside. So this one here is called Bronze, Kitten and Transcendence. Looks very pretty. Kitten is probably their most popular shade. It comes in eyeshadow form. It comes in loads of different forms. I personally think that Kitten is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I love it, especially to use on the tear duct as an inner corner highlight. Now let me read for you, as I always do, what it says on the back of the box and what their claims are. It says, "Let your light shine through. Bouncy to the touch, Stila's unique radiance-enhancing highlighter feels as light as gossamer and melts into the skin for a barely there feel. Ultra fine light diffusing particles help skin look naturally luminous, not glittery, with no telltale streaks of where you highlighted." So that's what they say. Okay, firstly, bouncy to the touch. Oh, it is. I was actually going to say no it ain't, because I have used it, but then I've not actually poked it with my fingers, because who does that? I use my brush. Okay, so the first one, which is called Transcendence, is this pinkish sort of shade. It's an opalescent pink to add a bolder, more ethereal glow. So this is Transcendence, which is the opalescent pink. And this is how it is swatched with my finger. Please bear in mind that a swatch with a finger and with a brush are 2 completely different things. This one barely shows up on my medium toned skin at all. When I first got this, I was so excited, especially because I actually do really love Stila products. I don't have that many of them, like I don't have any of their foundations or anything like that, but I've got their Stay All Day liquid lipsticks are still some of my favourites. I do have 1 or 2 of their eyeshadow palettes, which are amazing. I think I've got the In the Night, something like that. It's got that name. It's got Kitten in there. I love that one. And what else have I got? That's about it really. So this was the first time of me trying out any of their highlighters. Now I definitely have to agree that it says that it feels as light as gossamer and melts into the skin for a barely there feel. It definitely does. You can barely feel it. There's only a tiny amount of glitter, but not like large chunky glitter particles. It's really soft, very finely milled, as they say. Ultra fine light diffusing particles to help skin look naturally luminous. So that is what this is trying to achieve. It's a natural highlighting palette. Now, I didn't read the back of this or anything like that before I bought it. For me, highlight means, whew, it means it's got to be unnatural. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be one of those ones which is at least buildable. Now, I went in with 3-4 layers of this and I could still barely see it on my skin, and I was quite disappointed. I did use a brush to apply it, and the problem is, because this is so finely milled and quite packed in, the brush couldn't pick up much of the product as well. So I guess I may try using it with my finger next time and then patting it on. But for those of you that don't like your full-on highlighters, that like your soft, more kind of luminous sort of highlighters, you will definitely like this. But for somebody like me, maybe not so much. But this one was quite disappointing. I mean, it did show up a little bit of a pink tinge to my skin, but not too much. I am a MAC NC40. I am in Too Faced Golden Stroke Sand in their Born This Way foundation. I'm wearing Anastasia Beverly Hills Warm Tan Stick foundation. So then the next one is Kitten, which is Stila's iconic shimmering nude pink, which is this one here. Look at how gorgeous that looks. Beautiful. Again, I'm going to have to say it barely showed up on my skin. What the hell? But look at how it swatches. It swatches amazingly. It just goes to show that I'm going to have to use my fingers to apply it to my face. It's not going to work with a brush. I used a fan brush. I used the Morphe M501 pointed blender brush, which you've seen me use in plenty of tutorials. The thing is, because if you guys, let me show you up again really close, you will see that this is like, it's like smooth. So there's no powderiness coming off of it. So there's no powder attaching itself to the brush. Can you see that it's so smooth that it's like a shine over it, like a mound? But there's no powder, no residue, nothing like that. Nothing that will actually cling to a brush. So for me, and I was so looking forward to using Kitten because I love it so much, I literally put it on again and again and again and again, and I was just like, this is just not working. It is showing up a bit of luminosity, but not enough for me. And especially if I've put on 3-4 layers, it should be like, you know, Starlight Star super bright sort of thing, but it really wasn't. So I was quite disappointed in that. But again, I am going to try it with my fingers, and then I'm assuming that it's going to probably apply a lot better with my fingers rather than with a brush. And then this one here is just a standard bronze shade, and it's called Bronze. And here is another one, and I unfortunately had the same issue with this one, but look how they swatch with the finger. This is the thing, you know, people always say, especially when it comes to eyeshadows, you need to remember that, you know, swatching with a hand is, you know, you're using your finger. It's not a brush. It's not got bristles on it and that sort of thing. And then, you know, doing it with a brush are two completely different things. And I'm having the opposite problem here. When I'm using it with the brush, it literally just does not show up. But look at how it comes up with the fingers. Amazing. They look so lovely. It's a really nice mixture of colours, but unfortunately applying it with a brush is just not sustainable. Unless there's some special kind of brush out there, I don't think so. Maybe using a bit of Fix Plus or water, a water-based product, spraying it on your brush, then applying it may make it work a little bit better. Who knows? But frankly, for paying £32, I don't want to have to use my fingers. How unhygienic is that? You've got to make sure that your hands are properly sanitized every time you use it. I mean, when you're on the go and this and that, you want to whip out your brush, you want to just a little touch up here and there. You can actually make mistakes when it comes to your fingers and highlighters. You can actually put it on a bit too low, and especially when it comes to blending it out, that when you have to blend out your highlighter into your blush and your contour, you need to make sure that there are no harsh lines. But when you use your finger, you've already presumably got your contour, your blush, then you do your highlight last. That's what I personally do. It's going to leave lines. It's going to leave harsh lines. Then what? Get out the brush and then the brush just ruins it. So I'm personally going to give this a 5 out of 10. I'm not that impressed with it. The shades themselves are absolutely gorgeous. You can see how the swatches are. However, the practicality of it and having to apply it with a brush, you can't do it. So that is a really big letdown. And for the price point as well, £32 for 3 highlighters, regardless of how much you get in a actual palette itself, is what is this one? This is 14 grams, which is quite a lot, to be fair. Still, for £32 for 3 highlighters, which is coming up to nearly £10 each, which is £10 each, and then obviously you include the packaging and whatever, it's still, we'll call it £10 each. Anyway, that's a lot of money for a highlight, right? And it even says on here, use Stila's Wonder Brush for face and body or fingertips. So they're even telling you to use a brush. Now, I don't have the Stila's Wonder Brush. Maybe somebody below will tell me that they do and they've used this and it's great with the Wonder Brush. I really hate it when brands do that kind of thing. They're like, yeah, our product will work amazing as long as you use our tools to apply it. So basically you're expecting me to spend 30 odd quid on one thing and then another 15 quid on something else. So basically you're ripping me off. I should be able to use any kind of brush with any kind of product. I shouldn't have to buy a Stila specific brush. It reminds me of when I bought a Bare Minerals, their liquid foundation. They first bought it and they had a special kind of brush and all of that, and they were like, yeah, well, to get the best results you need to use our brush because it's got a special little groove in it. I mean, you're ripping customers off, and I don't think that that's right. So now this has been out for a little while now. I got it a few weeks ago, so by all means I'm sure there will be people who let me know below what their thoughts are, their ways of using it, whether it is better using Fix Plus with it or your fingers. What do you think? I mean, I had a bit of foundation on my finger. I just realised, and I've actually put it already into my actual highlighter. See, these are the kind of things I mean. It's annoying. So, yeah, so I hope that you guys found this review useful and helpful. Are you going to get it? Have you tried it? Have you swatched it? What are your thoughts? Do you think it's not worth it? There's loads of other highlighters out there that are just as good. Who knows? So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I hope you guys are great, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.